to teach you to be vulnerable again. And the best kind of teacher is one who models what she is trying to say or teach her students. A woman has many channels of thought when she's awoke. And I have, I don't know how many. They call me bipolar. That's 2. That's a problem. Women have so many gifts and emotional memories to bring forward each life that we can't tap into because her status here isn't very good. She's in the Garden of Eden, and the men, her sons, they hear it in childhood. That's it. It's gone, Mom. That God is punishing women in her bleedy way. And the little kid's sitting there. Come on, give your heads a shake. You were putting children into a position of unconscious hatred for their mother. And that's what's going on emotionally with our sons. And for the people that didn't get the story and that's not their problem, it's always going to boil down to that one being the story that took us all away. It first took the Jews into the Torah. They studied it. It was in the Garden of Eden. It was all serpent and reptilian there about God and the fear and all that. Rules, 10 of them. So it's easy. And then the Christianity was invented 300 years after. Oh my God. That was a fraudulent slip. I was going to say Trevor, because I feel Trevor was the spirit of Jesus. And that may be because every child is Christ. Every freaking infant. But also I have the emotional memories of the 2 Marys. And I told you that. That's what my channel is all about. I wish people would do a little research into me before they would comment, in all honesty. If it's advice for me. It's very funny, really, to watch people make assumptions, but we're trained to. And we're trained to make the wrong assumptions. And I'm going to give you an example. Because I don't want to beat anybody up, hon. I'm not here to do that. You're beating me up and giving me a hard time when all I'm doing is trying to express what was given to me as a gift from my deceased son and a gang of beings of light. They downloaded me. It was an event I've never read about, seen about. Nothing in Hollywood could ever prepare you or me for this event. Trust me. But you don't. I'm just a fucking crazy bitch. Because I'm not like you. I'm in spirit. I woke up after my ego was killed here. It shattered. It literally, utterly shattered on the hospital floor after I was taken from the emergency place where I wanted a thyroid check, and I was put into an isolation cell that was filthy, and I was tortured emotionally. All you need to do is torture a woman emotionally. Screaming at me. But you know what? beings of light had been there. That was on March 27th, 2017. I'll never forget. And my event with the beings of light was in September of 2016. I've been punched around my whole life because I'm an easy target. The easier targets get the most abuse. Why am I so easy? Stupid? Can't see anything? Can't see your evil? No. We are one. How could I beat you up? Then I beat myself up. I see your spirit. You are Christ. The reason I keep hanging on, granddaughter, I know you call me stupid for that. You don't know love, honey. Nobody does. Nobody's had love of a mother. I sure didn't. I wrote the book, Evil Eyes, a daughter's memoir. All my little dirty details are in there. Nobody buys the book, or if they do, I don't get any money. It's the way it is. I don't fight. Keep the fucking money. Keep the book. I said to my siblings after they took mother's inheritance and basically kicked me to the curb after I raised them, I said in my book even, you keep the money, I'll keep my soul. And I didn't have to be visited by beings of light to know that. So I didn't play in that suicide cell. I just said, okay, I'm going to sleep. See you in the morning. And I went to sleep. Didn't play. In the morning, I woke up, had my bra on, everything's on, right? And I'm supposed to be a borderline bipolar major depressive order psychopath. It's all there in the files, guys. You can check. Trust me, it's all there. And so any kind of encounter I ever have with the hospital, that's what they read about me. I never had health care. I've had torture and drugs. You think this is just going on now? This is a system against your creator, and especially the ones that are conscious of the Christ within. That it's up to me how I react to people or how I judge people. And I'm not saying I didn't judge people, and I don't. I do. I judge your ego. I can do that all I want. It's horrible ego. Horrible. Trevor told me when he was 13 that we all come with a role, and we're playing it out. What's your role? Look at your story. Look back. There you are. How are you doing in your story? Emotionally. The stuff that's real. About love and connection. You know, Kevin O'Leary with the Dragon's Den, he said women are his favorite CEOs. Yeah. But they never get the money for it, and they never get the credit. Men take the credit. Except once, when Mother Teresa pretended to be a woman, because it was a man, and Jewish. All you do is look at the TV and believe it all to be true. Michelle Obama is a man. How anybody can even look at the TV and not get confused between fantasy and reality is impossible at this point. But people are ultimately responsible for their own conscience when it wakes up. That's what happened to me. My son showed me my movie. And I'm going to tell you, it's hell. And it didn't come all at once. It came over the last 6 years. It came in consciousness feelings, something I can't describe really, that people understand. And you know, if you don't understand something and you want to understand more, ask questions maybe instead of suggesting what I don't want to really hear. Even though you don't know my whole story, you cannot do that to anybody. I'm asking you not to do that to anybody. You don't want that done to you. If you're talking and you got a teaching thing going on and you're doing it in your style, and somebody comes along and then pops your bubble and they don't know anything about you, I am an emotional reactor. I do emotionally react, and I'm telling you that straight. So you can come and trigger me all you want. I am emotionally strong, though, and I will talk back. Yeah, I talk back. Yeah, they say don't talk back. I should. You know, and so people look at me and they go, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not in the rules. Get back in line." And I get it. I understand totally. And I forgive you. I do. But I'm explaining myself is why. And so that's what you're going to know. Now, reading into things is a woman's gift. I told you that, and I want to show you something. And you can read into me any way you want, and I will answer you. You can have any question you want, and you don't have to fear me. I will be very kind to the kind. I'm a mirror. I'm from the moon, for heaven's sakes. That's the mirror, too. I'm a mirror. So if whatever you're thinking, it's your history, your imagination, your background, your triggers, right? Remember that for judgment. And for Judgment Day when you watch your movie and see how wrong you were. Okay? I don't want that to happen to you because it's just sorrowful. Very, very sorrowful. So, you know, you think this story is a truther story, don't you? The secret tape of ABC. Right? But when something's popular, things aren't always what they appear. And that's what I want to really show you. So I was watching away. I don't know if I really want to show the whole thing. I think I'm going to go to the kind of point where she was at when I saw, I already suspect, because anything popular, I got to investigate, right? That's why I watched Survivor. I can't get over people anyway. But she did have a point. She said, why? Why do people watch? But still, it's snarly. Don't be snarly on my channel. And then I won't respond snarly either. It won't sound like a mirror, you know? Okay, so, but this is really a suspicious one, isn't it? Because nothing ever got done in the first place. And only one woman, so-called, the one that knew everything, went to jail. So, no deals for her. And it's all the politicians and stars in the world, right? The ones that took their money and power and got into trouble. And they went into the honey trap. And they'd do anything to protect their reputations, especially from their children. Right? Wouldn't you? Yeah, you get caught there, dude, and that's it. And then there's the other ones that are just plain satanic and evil, and they draw people in and they lead you into temptation. Huh? There's somebody told you about that. Even though that prayer is all twisted too. Oh, Father, I'm sorry if I'm offending you. Not because I'm offended drinking the blood of Jesus on Sunday. Yeah, okay. So, when you are in the spirit of love, your primary emotion is joy and laughter. When you're not being beaten or raped or robbed or murdered, sent back into Quebec with nobody to talk to. I'm just thinking about the people that are gonna regret it. Yes, it's my heaven. But I can't stand to see people suffering. It's my problem. And it always has been. And that's why I'm always in trouble, because I'd rather me suffer than you. I always said I'd rather be robbed than be the robber. I always said I'd rather be raped than to be the rapist. So I fear I got off good. No? You guys are just monkeys following these idle stars that are getting away with it and training your man how to do it and children how to do it, and everybody's doing it. Because you're looking at the glass and you're having a relationship with the idle stars. And if you can have a relationship with them, and I just turn it off. You gotta, this has got to blow up. It's gonna blow up big. This is not gonna go on. They think it is. They think there's gonna be a new world order. And everybody's afraid of the next nuclear bomb threat since 1952. Kids crawling all over the floor whenever they have a drill, terrorizing them to death. That's just great. And no one can see it. It's just threat after threat after threat. China, Russia, oh, it's over there in the Middle East. Ah, yeah. But I do know our sons are dying. And I do know we're thanking them for their service. That I know. And there's so many other unconscious things we do because we're not living in the heart. You think you're living in the heart when you're living in dream. And you're fantasizing about heroes and princesses. And you're destroying the children just as you were destroyed. And you were, okay? However far down that rabbit hole you went, I don't know. But it's going to have to be a personal thing. We cannot look outward anymore. The beams in your pupils are not there for nothing. They are recording your life. And right now, you are unconscious to the Christ within. You are Jesus. Imagine that as a baby. You are pure love. You have a beautiful imagination and you can manifest anything you want. Bread and fish, anything. But if your imagination is filled with fear, your creator will go dark. And your spirit will always be unhappy. Constant unhappiness. Life after life after life. And we take it out on the ones we love the most. And that's why we're coming back in different roles, in different roles. Like I heard someone say, who will take the brunt of her anger when it came to picking my mother. And I saw there were 4 individuals in front of me, and one of them, they were her children, I knew it. And one of them raised her hand. She was going to be the one to take the brunt. Her name was Cheryl Ann Grossclose. But it wasn't me. I went into that spirit, or that body, after that spirit made the decision. So I'm here for a purpose in the body of Cheryl Ann Grossclose. What a life. And I came with a team. My mother is my twin flame, and my father and son are twin flames. They have the same spirit. And my father and son had the same lives, basically. The reason why is because I am from my creator, my grandmother, my maternal grandmother from Lofton Island. She and I are of the same spirit. So I don't know exactly how. I think I may have some thinking to do about that, but my story is very unique to anything you've seen on TV or in any book. And so it's very difficult to imagine that it could be true. But it is in my imagination and my experiences, in my story and my feelings. And really, if feelings don't matter and they're fantasy, then you don't have to watch. I am triggering people because I speak on so many different channels of thought that I'll invite some people in on one thought, and then the next thought, oh no, we're not going there, because they think I'm on the same page on everything they think. And I'm not. I have a lot to talk about. I was downloaded with information. That's what I'm here for. And that time they had me on that floor, and I walked out with my head held high because I was laying there on the floor, and I knew they were recording me too. It was so disgusting, guys. They were recording me this whole time, and I had to go to the toilet. And I was 99 pounds. I was dying. It was just so sick. So I was at the hospital. And this isn't just a story, okay? And before, when I was sleepwalking, things were just a story, things that happened to you. This happened to me. This happened to me. And I feel it. And that's what happens when your movie comes. You can't believe it. You can't believe what you put up with. Anywhere. You can't believe it. And love leaves. Love does leave. Cords are broke when they feel it. This is the message from me and my son Trevor. After he died, I saw him in a dream, in a darker place. It's always in a darker place. And there were so many children there, and they were like walking towards a yellow school bus. And they all got into the school bus. And Trevor had this look on his face of, he wouldn't look at me, and kind of pouty and not happy, But I just, you don't think like that when your son passes away. You sure don't think they don't like you. That didn't cross my mind then. No. I was unconscious to his feelings, his life. And he is a very strong spirit. And he kept coming back with this energy around me. And I felt it, and I was really doomed crazy and demonized by everybody. You have no idea how strong I am. Emotionally, that's all you need. I don't have to have a strong and powerful voice. I don't have to have a professional situation going on here. You know, I don't take prisoners. I am doing my show based on my story. So what I want to do in my show, in my story, is teach people how to do their own story. Because for some reason you're watching me. And I feel, the headline may be soul survival may attract a few or something. Because what happens, I'll get 2 subscribers and one will come back. Like it's always been like that. I have a page on Facebook called Awakening, the twist you've never seen coming. It had, I think at one time, 10,000 followers. But I'm so censored that I usually can't get past 180, believe it or not. It's always 180. So, but I am surprised I got a few more on YouTube this time. Maybe it's because I sound little less crazy, because until I get it articulated right in my own brain, maybe it sounds crazy to you. You live in a different world. There's 2 worlds going on. Your spiritual world is active. You're not dead. You're not dead. It's active. And whatever you're doing is your spirit, like, talking to you, telling your story. And how is your ego? How is your story? That's the story, your ego. How do you feel? Do you have peace? If you don't have peace, don't go see a counselor. Don't give me any money for any advice. Go within. You'll only find Christ there. Christ is like being a baby, right? That's a baby. That's an infant. With no thought to judge. No thought of any kind of hatred, because infants love everybody. Anybody who holds them, who's kind, who's not tense. Babies don't want to feel your fear. They sure don't want to feel that. They want to feel you relaxed, healthy, happy, joyful, and candy. Okay? Because I say that because of a reason. Don't judge me. I know people did right away, right? But I woke up from a sleepwalk when I was 5. And the reason why I left my house is because there was no fucking candy in the middle of the night. You must have some sugar around the house. You can't starve your children of joy in foods, And I did that to my son too. It's just the same thing. We're twin fucking flames, for Christ's sakes. So I just thought of that. You can have fun with it when you get it. And you got to work through the dark, the very bad feelings that I had when I realized how neglectful I was with my child. And turning him over to daycares and whatnot, and not knowing his feelings. And that's only my message is, if you touch into feelings with people, if you have the nerve or the bravery or whatever, because it's hard, you're really hard. But if you have the nerve to, instead of talk about politics and religion and what's wrong with people, it's, how do you feel? How do you feel? And breathe for a minute, and do you know what meditation is? No, you don't. Nobody does, because they lie and they put you into an alternate state, a controlled opposition. It's going in and getting to know your feelings and working them out thoroughly with the relationships and situations you have inside. and you work it out, and you figure out what to do with every one that you can't get rid of. Fear, shame, anger. Underneath all anger is hurt. And you're responsible for your feelings. In the end, you're going to be back to Christ with those feelings of love, and you'll have to watch yourself in non-love, but in authority or something. It's horrible, horrible to see your own movie. I'm not going to say everybody's going to have a horrible movie, because there are many loving relationships between mother and daughter, father and son. There may be reasons for your life and distractions this life too. It may be on purpose for if you're close, and I don't know. This is why this is my story, my imagination, and I'm giving you because my stepping stones, my steps to success are my life, my career. I ran 3 businesses. The first one was called Steps to Success, Career Planning. And you know why, honey? You know why? I couldn't get through that criminology and psychology degree program, in all honesty. So I took night school courses, and I opened up a small business. Not expensive. You just open up an office for $100 a month at that time, 1988, in North Delta, British Columbia. And what could I do? I knew how to write resumes because I was good at it. I was good at typing. I was a clerk typist. I had that, right? But it was called Steps to Success, Career Planning, because I knew it was my step. And then my next business was Craig Personnel. It was professional staffing solutions in Abbotsford. So I know how to build and create. I had Gary, screwing around with my kid and financing me while I worked 16 hours a day. You see? It all works out. And it looks like a happy, beautiful, wonderful home and family. And how could I leave that? And they're all friends with him. Everything is not as it appears in everybody's life, because everybody holds secrets.